Okay, so you looked at the gradient tool in last night's flip video. Today we're going to use the gradient. So the first thing that we need to do is draw a few vertical lines, making sure that they go outside the box. I'm going to select the box after I've drawn my lines. I need to go to my Pathfinder and I need to select divide. So I'm going to pull my Pathfinder over, and of course that is function F6. I'm going to find divide. I'm going to click on divide. Now, in my normal select arrow, all these boxes are grouped. I can go into each box with the plus arrow, which we're going to do. I'm going to click on the first box using my direct select plus arrow. Now I'm going to go over to my gradient, and here's my gradient. You may find it over here as well. I'm just going to click in the gradient tool. I'm going to do that into my second box. I'm going to click my gradient. I'll do that into my third box. I'll do it in my fourth box, just to see that you could get the gradient. But now let's change our gradient. So I'm going to click in the second box. I'm going to go over to my gradient tool. And notice it shows the direction the gradient is made. Well, we're going to drag from the top down, holding the shift key. Now I'm going to go back to my select tool, which is A. I'm going to go to my gradient tool. And I want to go in the opposite direction now. I'm going to go back to my A tool. I'm going to go back to my gradient tool, which is just G. And this time we'll go up. Now I'm going to go back to my select tool, V. Now I have a gradient that goes from left to right, top to bottom, right to left, and bottom to top. Now in my horizontal, again, quickly draw 3 lines, holding down that shift key. I'm going to go back to the V, to select tool, divide. Now I'm going to go back to my A tool, click in that first box. This time I'm going to do a gradient, but this time I'm going to change the gradient. Pull out your gradient, so I'm just going to click and drag it out. And I'm going to go over to my colors. I'm going to pick green, and this time I'm going to drag the swatch, and we call these squares a swatch. I'm going to drag it down, and I'm going to place it over my gradient white. So I have the black there. I'm going to click on my second one. This time we're going to take the white swatch and we'll move it over the black. And this time I'm going to go with my eyedropper to get that first one. Now in the gradient there is the gradient slider, which says how much of a color is going to be blended in. So move it so there's less black. And now I'm going to go back to my select tool, A, eyedropper to get the white, and let's add more white in this one. So I'll add some more white. You can also slide the bottom color, which will fill up, just so you can see how different ways of shading. Now we're going to do our diagonal. Again, going through, I'm going to go to my V, so I select them all, Pathfinder. All right. Now, gradients need always to go in the direction of the line. So let's go back to A. Now this time, we're going to add 3 different colors, all using the color guide. Right now we have 2 colors. We're going to pull back, we're going to bring back one of our blue colors here. May not be the exact color, so let's switch these so they match up. There we go. So now I have 3 colors. We'll try that again. I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to go to my color guide so I can get some different shades to see what I would like to use in that purple. I'm going to grab a darker purple for one side, for the other side, and the inside we can do black just to change it up. Again, let's just go with a white swatch. We're going to go eyedropper, and this time we'll go with the slider so we have less of that white band, just to see how it would work. Okay. Control V if you ever mess up, lets you go back any steps that you need. Now you have gradient.